over the years, Billy and I have worked together on this. We've compiled some images. So Billy, give us the first one. We will rank this 1 to 10. How do we feel? Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Keyshawn's got style.
Yes, the white pinstripe is nice.
Yeah, well, even like the button. See, I don't know what you call that. I'm not a fashion guy, but like that's a good look. That was like before its time. Like now that's like kind of coming back. I'm not sure about the the shirt underneath, like the tight with like not much room for the tie.
It was 1996.
1996. It's clean.
Keyshawn, he was ahead of his time, man.
I give him a 9.2.
Okay.
I'm going to try and say this before the recycling truck dumps my it makes a lot of. It's probably I'm sure it's my neighbors if you hear a bunch of glass clattering into the thing. No, like the one thing you don't see with this Keyshawn thing that I think is worth noting is, and you can kind of think about this from a golf standpoint. Like this is 1996. Do you remember look at what like Chris DeMarco in the late 90s and early 2000s? He's basically wearing like suit pants on the golf course because that was like the closest thing to athletic wear, like light athletic wear that we could have. Like when you think about the kind of pants that Keyshawn has with this suit, they are not like tailored and slim fit. They are like, it's like the baggy, like that's just what you had. The pleats, baggy, very terrible look in the late 90s with the big panted suit and the dress pant style, even with the khakis. I like it better now that we have a little more tapered leg.
All right, we'll rank.
You like the European cut, is what you're saying. Will.
I like to show off my calves. I don't know what to tell you. Like I got great calves. I like to flash them. All right, that's.
Side note, you also just aired out your neighbors for being lushes because apparently they're just pounding wine and other alcoholic beverages that are glass. So there's that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that old lady, man, she is.
Give him a rank, guys. Give him a rank. 1 to 10.
I'll give Keyshawn a 7.5 here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7.6 just to be a 10th above Will.
Don't
just
price this
right.
right.
I like this that much better.
Let's get our second one, Billy.
Price is right at me. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Oh,
Zeke.
No.
I can't with the crop top. The crop top is
that rolled up or is that like literally?
I think it's rolled up. So this is, what year was Zeke drafted?
2013, right? Yeah. 16.
All right. 16. If it's just a normal shirt and the bow tie and the suit, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm with you. That the whole crop. Although I will say this, it did used to be badass. That's not very.
Really, zoom out, buddy. What are you doing here?
We want no part of that. It did used to be the cool look though for running backs when they had that jersey tucked up like that, and then they had the tail plate out the back. Do you remember that, Will?
Yeah.
Back in Eddie George as an Ohio State running back to me, like growing up watching him. That's who I remember because he was freaking shredded, and then it was cropped off. He had the little light, like almost tail plate coming out the back, and it just looked badass. But it doesn't look quite as good in a suit.
I agreed it does not look as good in a suit. You can also see where the dress shirt, which has been custom fitted, has been rolled up at this point, and the buttons are stretching there at the top. Now, however, if we think about Zeke Elliott at both Ohio State and with the Cowboys, this was his look. This has always been his look. Like that's how he rocked it at Ohio State. And so there's a little bit of I'm going to give him a little bit of. I agree with you. I don't like the look myself, but I will give him credit for the fact that it is brand conscious. And then 2, he had the buttons done on the jacket so you couldn't see it. So it was actually a reveal, surprise, look, I'm showing off my abs, and then buttons back. So it's not like he's walking around showing the abs the entire time at the draft. It's just sort of a little flash. Oh, that's cool. So I actually give you a higher than you expect. I'm going to say a 6.9 for Zeke.
Okay.
Wow. I'm going to go like a 3.5. I cannot with men wearing crop tops. I can't.
I'm with you on that. Although, like I said, I like this suit. Like outside, just if it didn't roll it up. So, like on that basis alone, the bow tie, it takes a lot for a guy. I think nowadays you got to be very convicted and strong in your sense of yourself and your confidence in wearing that. So, I'm gonna give him a 7. I'm gonna go once again just a little bit above Will on this one.
All right, Billy, our next one, please. Favre. This is a legendary photo.
I mean, I'm out on this one. Sorry, I'm not a George guy.
This is a friggin' redneck at his house and wherever the hell he's from, Hattiesburg, finding out. Okay, The biggest giveaway of this, the fact that this is whenever what year was it? 91. There you go. So 1991, the biggest giveaway that this is a redneck gathering, and I can say that as someone from the South, isn't the disgustingly Bama Bangs underneath the game day USM hat that he's rocking. No, it's not that chain. It's not the Dockers white shirt with the pocket on the front. No, it's not the jean shorts, which have been rolled up a degree to make them higher, or are cuffed, which would be even worse, with no belt, mind you. No, it's not that. It's in the back. The family has gotten... It's not tie-dye. It's like graffiti. Look at these. They got custom NFL draft day t-shirts. Where Brett's going in the draft. And the best part is he didn't go that day. He went the next day because he was a second-round pick. So those shirts are terribly outdated. That's like something you would get at Myrtle Beach. Pure late 80s, early 90s, redneck. Like I would give any amount of money to be able to see whatever is on Brett's little pin board back there, because I bet there's some fun stuff and then some weird stuff back there. I'm
just impressed by the fact that he's talking on a wireless phone. Did they have this in 91? Like, I thought for sure he'd have one of those 20-foot long, cords to be attached to something.
Or like he brought one of those, the bag car phone things in, and he's like talking on that thing. Yeah. No,
they didn't have that in Mississippi at that point in time. I can tell you that much. So, yeah. Well, let's not
to go there. All right, next one. I give him a 3.1 for that fit.
I mean, it's on, it's
He's just at home chilling.
On brand though. It's on brand for who he is, who they were. Yeah. I actually like the fact that those were probably not printed t-shirts in the background. Though everyone did that probably by hand.
Sprayed them on, yes.
Sprayed them on. Took time to do that. So I'm gonna give them credit for that. And I like the fact that Brett was, before his time, he had apparently a cordless landline phone. So I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 5.0.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah. 3.5 is probably more fair.
Yeah. I'm giving him a 5 as well. I just like the IDGAF, attitude there. Okay. Billy, got a couple more.
Whole different ballgame too if you're not at the draft and you're watching from home. You can kind of
comfort's got to take over.
For instance, watching now 2 years earlier, these guys aren't from the same place, by the way. Deion Sanders and Brett Favre. This is 2 years earlier. Deion Sanders with Andrea Kramer, who, if you weren't sure it was 1989, her haircut will tell you. Deion decked out and just coated in gold, incredible sunglasses, has just been picked, by this is when he was picked by the Falcons, right? Yeah, he was picked by the Falcons, I think 5th overall, something like that. And look, Primetime's got. It's actually a really, I don't know that, I assume it's his parents' living room. He doesn't necessarily his vibe doesn't fit with the low key, Florida, wherever he is, vibe that's going on there. But I give Deion a 9.9 out of 10 because he looks incredible.
It's a 10 for me, man. It's on brand. It's comfortable, which I think he didn't have to wait long to get drafted, but it is comfortable. That's part of it. It's stylish. I loved everything about it. It was very on brand for who he is, who he was at that point in time. And I think it's pretty legit. So I would say that's my favorite one so far. If I could have wore a tracksuit or whatever you want to describe that as, I would have gladly worn that draft day. It'd been much more comfortable.
All right, Billy, let's see what our Brady Quinn wore on his.
Yes. 2007, Brady Quinn at the draft.
The suits were bigger then. I know, they're going to look like we were wearing basically trash bags as far as how baggy they were. It wasn't by choice. People would make them for you. And this is
Look
at that little baby. Look at your bang. Look at not your bangs. Excuse me, your sideburns are
So here's what people don't know about the long hair. This is what, again, I wasn't going to throw Joe Theismann under the bus for this, but I used to grow my hair out and cut it off, and you could do that. You could donate it, for kids who need it for wigs. So when I got to Cleveland,
did Joe Theismann dog your hair?
Well, I think he thought it probably didn't look as
professional.
Or whatever. But I was going out to donate it. So I did it for a program in Cleveland that was called Wigs for Kids. I used to do it with Oz, who was my barber back home, good buddy. And so he would cut it off. We'd send it in. So that was why the hair was long. The suit was The suit.
You thought you were going to the Browns. You wore
No,
a Brown suit.
I swear to you, it's funny. That had nothing to do with it. It was a 3-piece suit, which I liked. I thought that was cool.
Oh my God! Does that tie have the little?
Well, first of all, you're matching your team. I mean, you got to get some credit for that.
You get some credit for that. But now here, this is very like 2007 or just mid 2000s. The tie that's going on there. Do you see the little? It looks like a zoom in on the tie. And by the way, shout out to Brady Quinn supporting Virginia Tech. The shooting had just happened there with the VT logo there. Brady, a philanthropic guy, of course, to his core. But do you see the little things? They look like commas. That's like the ultimate lawyer tie. And you can see with the way that this has been adjusted where Brady's jammed the collar into the suit here a little bit and the tie isn't exactly flush.
We talked about this. I was eating Chipotle about 30 seconds before this photo was taken.
Oh, that's right.
I was whipped off of Roger Goodell's couch in his green room and I was thrusted on stage. And I was like, someone throw me some gum. My breast was awful.
Now here's my favorite thing about the whole photo though. It's only because like someone who like I understand – you're coming out of college, 2007, like a guy in Brady's situation. That brim can't be flat. That brim has got to be curled. It's got to be curled. And Brady's in such a panic that you can see where it's like it's mashed the wrong way that he squeezed it too tight on one side. And so the
brim of that cap took all of the frustration out from waiting for so long. As soon as it was given to me, I probably bent that thing like it was some sort of piece of iron at that point.